Nestled in the heart of the Angkor complex, Ta Prohm Temple lies just a kilometer east of Angkor Thom, resting on the southern edge of the East Bar Eye. Unlike many of the grand, towering temples of Angkor, Ta Prohm feels alive, entwined with the very jungle that has both embraced and consumed it over centuries. Built largely in the late 12th and early 13th centuries in the Bayon style, it was originally named Rajavihara, meaning royal monastery. King Jayavarman VII, now a devout Mahayana Buddhist, dedicated this sacred sanctuary to his mother, establishing it as a monastery and center of learning. At its height, Ta Prohm was a thriving spiritual city. Nearly 80,000 people were connected to the temple's upkeep, an astonishing figure that included over 2,700 officials and 615 Apsara dancers who graced its halls. The walls once gleamed with gold, pearls, and fine silk, while its courtyards echoed with the whispers of scholars and monks. But time, abandonment, and nature wove a different destiny. Without mortar to hold the massive stones in place, the jungle reclaimed what it wanted, its roots prying apart the temple's bones, wrapping the ruins in a mesmerizing embrace of strangler figs and silk cotton trees. It is this hauntingly beautiful fusion of nature and architecture that has made Ta Prohm one of the most beloved and photogenic sites in Angkor. The temple's spellbinding atmosphere earned it a place on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1992. However, despite its sacred significance, modern tourism has not always been kind to this ancient wonder. Thanks to Hollywood's exploitation of Ta Prohm Temple in Tomb Raider, it is now frequently and disrespectfully referred to as the Tomb Raider Temple, or, even worse, the Angelina Jolie Temple. Such a shallow association trivializes the deep spiritual and historical legacy of this sacred place. Worse still, hordes of bust and tourists descend upon the temple daily, turning it into a chaotic spectacle of selfies, loud chatter, and blatant disregard for its sanctity. By mid-morning, the once serene pathways are overrun with people who have just finished trampling Angkor Wat for sunrise selfies, eager for their next backdrop. But for those who truly seek to experience Ta Prohm as it was meant to be, a silent, mysterious, and humbling experience, there is a way. Arrive before the gates open at 7 a.m., and you may find yourself utterly alone in this dreamlike ruin, with only the echoes of history and the distant calls of the jungle for company. By 9 or 9:30 a.m., the spell is broken as waves of tour groups flood in, reducing this breathtaking sanctuary to just another crowded attraction filled with idiots. The temple's origins trace back to 1186 AD, when Jayavarman VII launched an ambitious program of construction and public works. Rajavihara, later known as Ta Prohm, ancestor Brahma, was among the first and most personal of these projects. The temple's central image, Prajnaparamita, the personification of wisdom, was crafted in the likeness of the king's own mother. Within the temple's third enclosure, two satellite shrines honored other figures dear to him, one for his guru, Jayamangalartha, and another for his elder brother. In this way, Ta Prohm formed a spiritual counterpart to Preah Khan, a temple dedicated in 1191 AD, where the king paid tribute to his father through an image of the Bodhisattva of compassion, Loksvara. Ta Prohm was more than just a place of worship. It was a city within a city. The temple stela reveals that over 12,500 people, including 18 high priests and 615 Apsara dancers, lived within its walls, while another 80,000 villagers in the surrounding area worked tirelessly to provide for its needs. Over time, expansions and additions continued, reaching their final flourish under King Srindravarman in the late 13th century. Today, Ta Prohm remains a place of eerie, poetic beauty, one that reminds us of the impermanence of human creation and the unrelenting power of nature. To walk its corridors is to step into a world where history breathes through the roots and stone, whispering stories of devotion, grandeur, and inevitable decay. But to truly honor this sacred space, we must treat it with the reverence it deserves, not as a movie set, not as a selfie station, but as the ancient, spiritual treasure it is.